Hey y'all, welcome to Peyton Energetics. I'm Peyton and I'm a Pleiadian channel and starseed coach. So in today's Pleiadian point of view, the P's wanted to talk to us about jumping timelines because this is one of our favorite topics in the spiritual community. So what the Pleiadians wanted to talk with us about today is to help us understand how to recognize when we have made a major timeline jump. Because if you're like so many people, you may have to have someone tell you that this has just happened. So the P's wanted to tell us a little bit today about how to recognize when we have made a major collective timeline jump. Now, when we talk about timelines, of course, this is something that we are shifting through constantly. The P's have said that we shift through parallel realities or jump timelines billions of times per second, which is kind of mind-blowing if you think about it. So we are always shifting. We are always moving through parallel realities. It's how we move through our existence. But there are many occasions where we make a major jump, where we jump to a very different frequency. And this is something that can happen individually as part of your personal growth process, or it can be something that we are doing as a human collective. So how do you know when we have made one of these major timeline jumps? And this is something that has happened collectively over the past 2 months. We have shifted as a collective to a massively new timeline. So what the P's wanted to share about this phenomenon of timeline jumping or timeline shifting is how you can recognize that. Now, whenever we make a major timeline jump, either personally or collectively, the first thing you may notice is that you feel it in your body. So when we make a major jump in timelines, essentially what is happening is we're making a major frequency adjustment. We are moving to a much different frequency than the one we used to be on. That's what's happening when we talk about jumping timelines or shifting timelines. So when we make a major jump, we're making a major change to our frequency, to the frequency that we are chronically vibrating at. So the first thing you may notice when this happens is that you feel it in the physical body. So some of the signs that you may notice in your body when this has happened are, first and foremost, you may notice that you are starting to feel a little disoriented. So you may be feeling a little dizzy, you may be feeling spacey, you may also be feeling just unmotivated in general. So those times when you just can't get it together to get off the couch, that can be an indicator that you have just made a major shift in timelines. So disorientation often goes with major timeline shifts. The feeling of being a little lost, a little confused, a little unmotivated. You may also notice the feeling of being in a void. So this is something that a lot of us have been feeling over the past couple of months, that we just don't know what's happening anymore. Can you relate to that? So this is something that is very common when we make a major collective jump, because what happens as we land on that new timeline is that our body has to adjust to our new frequency. It has to figure out what this new vibration is all about. And so because we are trying to figure this out at a biological level, trying to make sense of the new energy, it can just make us feel a little confused, a little spacey, a little bit like we're not quite home. These are all things that are super common when we make a major frequency change, because it just takes the physical body a little bit of time to make sense of the new energies. So our body has to kind of recalibrate itself. So that's why we can feel a little disoriented, a little just unmotivated, like nothing's really calling to us, like we don't really know what's happening. These can all be signs that we have just made a timeline jump. Now, something else you may notice when we make a major jump in timelines, or when we do it on a collective level, is you may notice that you have unusual physical symptoms. So for me, the way I always know that we have made a major timeline jump as a collective is my eyes get super itchy. So you may notice that you have just this weird thing that always happens when we make a major timeline jump. And what is happening is we're just learning how to process the new energy. So as we jump to a new normal, we have to kind of figure out what the new energy is all about, what that new frequency is all about. So we can feel kind of mentally out of it for a little bit. We may have some weird physical symptoms that pop up that tell us that we're translating a new frequency, that our body is trying to work out what's happening. And all of this is just what happens as we're making sense of a new vibration. We are figuring out our new world. Now, according to the Pleiadians, when we make a major jump, it can take us a couple of weeks to integrate the new energy, to figure it out. So it may take 2 weeks or so. That's kind of a good benchmark for how long it takes to kind of settle into the new vibration. So if you notice that you're going through a phase like this, where you're just feeling unmotivated or a little spacey, like you don't really know what to do, sense of confusion is super common as well. This may just mean that you have just experienced a major timeline jump. So let me know in the comments below, what do you notice when we jump timelines? What are the indicators for you? Let me know that in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. I'll see you next time. Bye.